You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Radio Show, only on Financial News and Talk. Now live in studio, your host, local and national real estate expert and consumer advocate, Ron Siegel.
And hello again. Welcome to Ron Siegel Radio. This is the show with no real boundaries as we discuss current events, financial markets, politics, sports, even poking fun at the rest of the media. This is the show that connects the dots of confusion. Delivered by conflicting media reports. We connect the dots, you know the actions you can take, how your family or business can benefit from current events. Most of all, thank you for joining me. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day. We have a very focused show. We only chat about items that affect the roof over your head, your bank account, and anything I feel would benefit you. And let me remind you, if you ever have any home or finance-related questions, I am the consumer advocate looking out for you. And you can reach out to me directly, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or ronsiegelradio.com. Just remember, that's the number you call anytime for assistance. When you call that number, it comes directly to me first. There are operators standing by.
Quiet, numbskulls. I'm broadcasting.
While I do have a great team when it comes to developing a financing plan or plan to save you money, I personally work with you even if you don't have any needs today. Save this number in your phone for future reference, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And, of course, we are celebrating today. We celebrate every day on Ron Siegel Radio. There's a lot on the celebration list today. Let's see. National Higher Education Day.
It is what it is.
We're going to talk about that. Is a higher education valuable any longer? Or maybe do you have to do a little extra work? But the bottom line is student loans, they're going to start having to have a repayment coming up. We'll talk about it. World Pest Day. A lot of people call me a pest, but I don't think that's what we're talking about here. And Gardening Exercise Day.
You know better than that.
Unless you're talking about gardening with a glass of wine, would that be considered gardening? I don't, or that exercise? I don't know. Let's move right along. National Applesauce Cake Day. Okay, that one, we can go with that. There's not a whole lot of cakes that I don't like, so we'll go with applesauce cake. Eyewear Day. Okay, well, you can obviously tell. Of course, you don't get to see Josh very often. He's in the background. I got the glasses. He's under 40. So you can tell the difference there. Over 40, it's basically you're going to have eyewear. Just throw that out there. And I don't even know if are the kids allowed to have a yo-yo nowadays? It's National Yo-Yo Day. You know, because the reason I ask sometimes you have to really be careful because all of the things that we called normal when I was a kid, it's a safety hazard now. Right? I went to the park recently with my grandson. They don't have the carousel in there anymore. You know, I guess you can't jump off the merry-go-round. I guess maybe because too many people were jumping off and getting hurt. That was just part of growing up, eating a little dirt. You know, that was part of the whole world. So, so now I look at yo-yo and I say, well, it's got that string. You know, we didn't have to tell anybody, don't put the string around your neck, or we told the kids a couple of times, they learned it. But nowadays, you look at some of the items, the safety warnings that are on things, and you just have to always begin to wonder. And today's also National Drive-In Movie Day. Do they even have drive-in movies anymore? I don't think I could. Is there? I mean, I don't know of any of them around here in Orange County. Maybe there is, but I can't think of any drive-in movies. They were fun times, especially if you were the one that had the large trunk in your car. I'm not saying that we did anything like that, but there might have been a time or two. Being that my first car. Maybe we should put that in there. What first cars? What's your first car? So mine was a Caprice Classic. Think about that. Go back into the 70s and look up Caprice Classic. Yes, it was a hand-me-down from my folks. And it was a Chevy, so it didn't have a big trunk. When we got to the Lincolns, Boy, the trunk on the Lincoln, that was big. Yeah, moving right along. Let's see what the markets are doing today. Dow Jones Industrial Average down 42 points. The S&P 500 is up almost 7. NASDAQ is up 55. Did you see what happened to Apple yesterday? Apple stock, if you are an Apple shareholder, well, they like the idea of those new goggles that they came out with all the way until they mentioned the price. Those virtual reality goggles, they look pretty cool. $3,500, and they're not even available till next year. Well, the stock was all the way, we hit an all-time high until they mentioned the price. Didn't hit an all-time low, thankfully, but it did drop quite a bit, and it's down even more today. So, amazing. So we'll see what's going on with that one. But the markets are moving. We've got the NASDAQ up. I wonder if the NASDAQ is up because of artificial inflation. No, it's artificial intelligence. Hey, the oil prices are down 41 cents a barrel this morning. So that's a little bit of good news. Did we have any effect on gas yesterday with all of these prices that were going on? Current national average gallon of gasoline, $3.54.5. We're at 485.8 here in California. That's down almost a penny from where it was yesterday. Not quite. Josh, you're still there at 426. Not bad. Jody's at 440. Brittany's at 347. And obviously, Lori takes the cake at 309.8. She's in America. They've got lower prices there. So Louisiana, I should say that. I don't want to get in too much trouble. Well, yes, I do. Hey, how about disruptors? Are you watching the disruptors in this world? So after a year ago, the Live Golf Tournament came on the scene. And now it looks like Live and PGA are getting married. So getting together, that's a pretty big story that's out there right now. Live and PGA getting together. And, I am a sports junkie. I watch all kinds of sports. I've gotten away from them as they've gotten more and more woke because I'm not into that. And I'm not into a lot of that garbage that people are spreading. But boy, Josh, you guys have it made. I mean, we've got this hockey team here in Southern California that I think they're like one of the two teams that doesn't go to the playoffs every year. Hockey's crazy. Everybody goes to the playoffs. I don't know why they have a regular season. Well, I think it's just to make money. But then everybody goes to the playoffs. And for 6 years now, I think it's always been who's going to be playing the Golden Knights this year. They've had a great run going. Now, I can understand why the Golden Knights have had a great run. No one's going to tell you this, but you're going to hear that right here on Ron Siegel Radio. Do you know who the owner is of the Las Vegas Golden Knights? Bill Foley. Do you know what Bill Foley also owns? A tremendous amount of wineries. So I guess they tell the players that if they do real well, they can get unlimited wine. Maybe that's it. I don't know what the story is. But, boy, the Golden Knights sure looked good last night, in spite of the fact that they've got that goon on Florida that seems to spend more time in the locker room than he does on the bench or on the what's his name, Tkachuk or something like that. Twice in the game. How do you go away with twice in the same game getting 10-minute misconducts? Twice. You would think that they would have it's kind of like a flagrant foul too. If you get one of them, you're out. If you flagrant foul one, you get two of those, you're gone. This guy, I'm just throwing that out there. I don't know how he gets away with it. But if you're a Golden Knights player, you better know where he's at all the time because he's going to hit you whether you're looking or not, whether it's legal or not. I just throw that out there. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate current events and the financial markets. When we come back, real estate still considered the best long-term investment? We'll talk about that. We're going to talk about, we missed it yesterday, navigating the resumption of student loan repayments. We're going to get to all that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. your home and mortgage connection.
79% of all credit reports have errors that should be corrected through factual disputing. You could be saving thousands every year if your report was accurate. CreditSanitizer.com provides a free credit report audit when you furnish a specific $1 credit report. You can use this information to request corrections to your report and potentially save thousands of dollars. Get your free credit audit at CreditSanitizer.com. That's CreditSanitizer.com for a free credit report audit. CreditSanitizer.com.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. 1990. The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You've got the phone. Make the call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And yes, every day at this time, OBMMI, they provide the most comprehensive, accurate, timely, interactive analysis of pricing ever conducted in the mortgage industry, calculated across 42% of all mortgage transactions nationwide. Gotta love it. Let's see what the rates did yesterday. They're all in green. This is the one-time green. Well, green is not good, kind of like with the golf tournaments. Green is not good. All the rates were up yesterday. 30-year conforming, 6.743. Jumbo, 6.947. FHA, 6.651. USDA, that's for the rural areas. Generally no down payment, 6.669. And the best loan on the market for those that earned it, the VA loan, rsrvaloans.com. If you want to learn everything there is or everything you need to know about VA loans, rsrvaloans.com. 6.39%. That was up a little bit yesterday. Remember that OBMMI does not give us APRs, points paid, points received. Don't know that. We just know the actual interest rate lock. And let's see what's going on today. We're seeing the 10-year treasuries up just 1 basis point. No real big deal there. Mortgage-backed securities are down 14 basis points, means interest rates are up. And the S&P 500 is up 10.37. So let's see what's driving this market. Well, we got some insight numbers yet this morning. CoreLogic reported that home prices rose 1.2% in April, beating estimates of 0.8%. Now are now up 2% year over year, which is down from 3.4% on tough comps. This comes after rising 1.6% in March. Clearly at a turning point in the housing market. CoreLogic forecasts that home prices will rise again in May by 0.9%, 4.6% over the next 12 months, even though they're tracking higher than that as we speak. So watching all of those numbers for you, it's amazing we get to see where the numbers are. Black Knight just reported that home prices rose 0.5%, 0.5% in April, following a 0.5% rise in March. Home prices have clearly reached an inflection point and are back heading in the right direction. According to Black Knight, prices are now almost universally rising again on a seasonally adjusted basis, with the exception of Austin, Texas, the only market with for sale inventory back above pre-pandemic levels, which has faced significant price corrections continuing into the spring. We're watching all of them for you. Let's see what else we've got here. ISM Services, the PMI May fell from 51.9 in April to 50.3 in May, which is below estimates of 52.2. Prices paid fell 3.4 points to 56.2 in the lowest level seen in 3 years. Employment fell back into contraction from 50.8 to 49.2, which is the lowest level since June of 2022. Trying to see if I can get a chart here for you. And it's kind of giving us an idea of home prices over the last 3 months. We've got Case-Shiller, FHFA, CoreLogic, Black Knight, and Zillow. All of them for March and for February, all showing price increases. So those people that think that we're still going to see some decreases or that the market is trending downward, sorry, it ain't happening. And the people that I'm talking to on a regular basis right now, all talking about the idea that there's a lot of people out there looking for new homes. Throw that out there for you. That's the Mortgage Minute, brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make the call. 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990. And we got a Your Credit Matters segment today being brought to you by creditsanitizer.com. You have a credit report and it is wrong. What are you doing about it? Let's chat about this one. We're going to navigate the resumption of student loan repayments, exploring programs for affordable repayment. And I'm going to even give you some solutions that might be a little bit unorthodox. We'll talk about them. Maybe disruptive. Is that the right word? As we enter the second half of 2023, millions of individuals across the nation are bracing themselves for the imminent resumption of student loan repayments. With the pandemic-induced forbearance period coming to an end, student borrowers are required to resume their student loan repayments after an extended hiatus. Understandably, this shift may induce stress and concern, particularly for those who may be facing financial difficulties. However, the good news is that there are several programs available to help manage these payments more affordably. There is the Income-Driven Repayments Plan. That's the IDR. Plans are designed to make your student loan debt more manageable by reducing your monthly payment amount. If you have federal student loans, including direct loans, federal Stafford loans, and federal Perkins loans, and loan repayment is a challenge, you may want to consider one of the 4 IDR plans available. Number 1, income-based repayment. This plan caps your monthly payment at 10 to 15% of your discretionary income and forgives any remaining low balance after 20 to 25 years of qualifying repayments. Number 2, pay as you earn, PAYE. Here, payments are capped at 10% of discretionary income with loan forgiveness after 20 years of qualifying payments. The revised pay as you earn, repay. Similar to pay, this option caps repayments at 10% of discretionary income, but varies the period of loan forgiveness between 20 and 25 years, depending upon the type of degree. Income contingent repayment, ICR. The most expensive IDR plan, ICR caps payments at 20% of discretionary income, or what you'd pay on a fixed 12-year plan with loan forgiveness after 25 years. And we've got the Public Service Loan Forgiveness, PSLF program, for individuals employed by a U.S. federal, state, local, or tribal government or not-for-profit organization. The PSLF program offers a path to loan forgiveness after making 120 qualifying payments under a qualifying repayment plan, usually an IDR plan, while working full-time for a qualifying employer. The remaining balance of your direct loans can be forgiven. We've got the teacher loan forgiveness. Teachers who have been employed full-time in a low-income school or educational service agency for 5 consecutive years may be eligible for forgiveness up to $17,500 on certain federal loans under the Teacher Loan Forgiveness Program. Temporary Expanded Public Service Loan Forgiveness, TEPSLF. This opportunity is available for those who were denied PSLF because some or all of their payments were not made under a qualifying repayment plan. TEPSLF provides a second chance for public servants to seek loan forgiveness provided they meet certain requirements. In the face of the looming student loan repayment restart, remember that it's critical to evaluate your options carefully. These programs, among others, offer a pathway to more affordable repayment and, in some cases, loan forgiveness. The Student Aid website is an excellent resource to dig deeper into these options and discover which plan best aligns with your financial situation. It's essential to approach this challenge proactively and make informed decisions that benefit your long-term financial health. Lastly, do not hesitate to reach out to your loan servicer to discuss your repayment options or seek assistance from a nonprofit credit counseling agency. Remember, you're not alone in this journey, and there are resources available to help you navigate this crucial stage of your financial life. Give us a call at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. We're negotiating with a company that might be able to help you navigate all of this. Right now, we're just working on the expense part of it, but you'll pay nothing until you know what repayment plan you'll fall under and how much money you'll save. So you can do it on your own, but it's kind of like doing your taxes on your own or doing your FAFSA on your own. Just throwing that out there. If you're in this arrangement or situation, you may want to hire a professional, especially if you find out that the repayment is not a long time. It's not more than 3-4 months. The savings, and what I mean by repayment, is the savings that you gain by getting involved doesn't take more than 3 or 4 months, maybe less, to break even with the cost of having someone do it right for you the first time. That's Your Credit Matters, brought to you by creditsanitizer.com. You have a credit report, and it is wrong. Hey, we're going to be out by the time you hear this broadcast, not if you're listening to us live, but by the time you hear it on the ABC network today, we're going to have our new buyer's guides out there, rsrhbg.com, rsrhbg.com. Just releasing them. They're, like I said, hot off the press. They'll be up on our site later today, rsrhbg.com for the buyer's guide, rsrhsg for the seller's guide. Make sure you get your current copies. We update them all the time for you. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, the true value of home ownership. We'll talk about it. And conquering the credit score summit, the quest for 850. All that and more. You can reach me anytime. Our off-air number, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube. Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio, your home and mortgage connection.
Is your budget getting blown up with high prices of gas and increased costs for other household needs? This is Ron Siegel, host of the daily Home and Finance radio program. Did you know if you have a low interest rate mortgage along with auto debt, credit card debt, or student loans, your family could potentially save $500 or more per month by restructuring these debts? If you'd like a free Borrow Smart analysis with our team, let's book an appointment to see how we might be able to relieve some stress. Schedule an appointment at rsrbsa.com. That's rsrbsa.com for your free Borrow Smart analysis. rsrbsa.com.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message. And I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, the real-time real estate segment today. Being brought to you by the area trusted real estate professionals of Ron Siegel Radio. Visit rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com. Real estate is still considered the best long-term investment. With all the headlines circulating about home prices and rising mortgage rates, you may wonder if it still makes sense to invest in home ownership right now. A recent poll from Gallup shows the answer is yes. In fact, real estate was voted the best long-term investment for the 11th consecutive year, consistently beating other types of investments like gold, stocks, bonds. If you are watching us on RonSiegelRadio.tv, any of our socials, or the ABC News and Talk AM 1490 video feed, you can see a chart right now, America's opinion of best long-term investments in 2023. Real estate leads the list at 34%. Gold is at 26%. Stocks 18, savings 13, bonds 7. Thinking about purchasing a home, let this poll reassure you, even with everything happening today, Americans recognize owning a home is a powerful financial decision. Why do Americans still feel so positive about the value of investing in a home? Purchasing real estate has typically been a solid long-term strategy for building wealth in America. As Lawrence Yun, chief economist at the National Association of Realtors, notes, quote, homeownership is a catalyst building wealth for people from all walks of life. A monthly mortgage payment is often considered a forced savings account that helps homeowners build a net worth about 40 times higher than that of a renter, unquote. That's because owning a home grows your net worth over time. As your home appreciates in value, as you pay down your mortgage, you are getting wealthier. And since building that wealth takes time, it may make sense to start as soon as you can. If you wait to buy and keep renting, you'll miss out on those monthly housing payments going toward your home equity. Bottom line, buying a home is a powerful decision. So it's no wonder so many people view real estate as the best long-term investment. If you're ready to invest on your journey toward home ownership, give me a call today at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. That is the real-time real estate segment brought to you by rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com. Hey, just remember with our friends from RSR Money, they've got a tremendous amount of tools for you. And when I'm talking about tools, I'm talking about the concept of monitoring your budget, monitoring your bank account, monitoring your asset account, monitoring your credit scores. It's not true FICO scores, but it does give you an idea of what's going on with your credit scores. It also shows you 97% of the properties in the United States that are available for sale. So if you want to start thinking about where you want to live, you can take a look and see what's going on there. And then on the other side of it, if you already own a property, own real estate, put in your address. If you create the account, you can actually put in your address and get that sent to you, get a property valuation sent to you every month or as often as you want. It's going to show you 4 different sources of the value of your property. And 3 of them are really good, but we also put Zillow in there because we know you're going to look anyway. So rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com. Great information there from our friends over there that help us out. rsrmoney.com. You should have that account. If you don't, you're just missing out. Let's take a look and see Borrow Smart segment. Again, that's brought to you by RSR Money as well. And this is our continuing education on VA loans. You can get the whole series, rsrvaloans.com, rsrvaloans.com. And I'm going to highly recommend get the whole series because we've been doing snippets here for you of the VA loan, rsrvaloans.com. Empowering surviving spouses. Your VA home loan eligibility is explained in this series. Navigating the home loan process is often a complex journey, especially if you're a surviving spouse of a veteran. It's an issue that many face, but there's good news. Today we're shedding light on an important topic. Can a surviving spouse get a VA home loan? Short answer, yes. Let's talk about 5 main points here. First, eligibility. The Department of Veterans Affairs extends VA home loan benefits not just to service members, but also to certain surviving spouses. If your spouse died in service or from a service-connected disability, or if your service member's spouse was missing in action or a prisoner of war, you might be eligible. Second point, certification of excessive benefit. You'll need a certificate of eligibility. This may sound daunting, but it's essentially a document proving your relationship to the veteran and that their service entitles you to this benefit. Third point revolves around remarriage. If you have remarried, your eligibility for the VA home loan benefit depends on various factors like your age when you remarried. Understanding these nuances can play a vital role in your home loan journey. Number 4, no down payment. Yes, you heard it right. VA home loans often come with no down payment requirement. It's an exceptional benefit, allowing you to move forward with home ownership more comfortably. Finally, fifth point, financial counseling. Losing a loved one is tough, and financial stress can compound the grief. The VA offers free financial counseling to help surviving spouses manage loan repayments or avoid foreclosure. Now to the bottom line, navigating the home loan process as a surviving spouse may seem challenging, but understanding your eligibility for a VA home loan could turn it into an empowering journey. Remember, you're not alone in this. To find more information, or if you need support understanding your VA home loan options, rsrvaloans.com is a full series. And as always, you can give us a call, ronsiegelradio.com, ronsiegelradio.com, where we demystify financial matters and help you make the best decisions for your future. Until next time, take care, and remember, the right information can turn obstacles into opportunities. That is the Borrow Smart segment, brought to you by rsrmoney.com. And get the whole series, rsrvaloans.com, rsrvaloans.com. We've been going through this entire series just to try and educate our veterans and their families on what their benefits, and active members, what their benefits are under the VA home loan program. Let's see if we can give away a few more things here, Josh. We talked about the new guides coming out. rsrmoney.com, rsrhbg.com. Keep talking about RSR Money, but rsrhbg.com is the new buyer's guide. rsrhsg.com is the new seller's guide. Both of those coming out today. We'll have those available for you coming out today. If you're, we've talked a lot today about debt, student loan debt. We've talked about buying houses, but I do want to make sure that you're aware. We've got, and the appreciation values of property. And we want to make sure that you are understanding that there's a couple of things going on that you need to know about. So first off, if you're contemplating wanting to lower your household debt, your budget, it's just too high, especially with inflation. You're not able to, your month lasts longer than your money. We've got the rsr2step.com, rsr2step.com. Now, we do look at consolidating student loans in the RSR two-step because we find out how much money it'll save you long term. And you heard me talking about some of these different repayment plans. Some of them can go 10, 20, 25 years long. Well, if you put them into your mortgage payment, if you've already got that equity, you may be better off. It may be a more sound financial decision. I don't know that for sure. As a consumer advocate, I bring it up and I tell you that we can look at it for you. Our team knows how. I will also say, do not consolidate student loan debt into private student loans. That's the worst thing you can do. Why? Because then it takes you out of the game for any other repayment plans. You can't get involved in the federal plans, the federal benefits if you're in private loans. So do not refinance into private loans. If you're putting it into your mortgage, that's one thing, may or may not make sense. We look at it. rsr2step.com. Why is it called a two-step? It's not that I like doing country music dances because I don't dance. But the RSR two-step basically says the most expensive primary residence loan is a cash out refinance. And yes, I am suggesting you do that because as we head into what most economists believe will be a recession, interest rates will, if history repeats itself, come down. And I've shared with you the slides before, the graphs and charts before, that show interest rates drop most of the time during a recession. So why don't you just wait is the question. Well, the idea here is you're going to refinance now, and we don't care about that higher interest rate that the cash out refinance causes, but we get clock starting on doing a new loan once you're going to generally need to wait 6 to 12 months to do a new loan. Generally, not always, but generally. And you'll get more appreciation. We can use that after that 6 to 12 month period. You'll have more appreciation as we continue there. If, again, history repeats itself, real estate values increase during most recessions. Mortgage rates drop during most recessions. So we'll relook at the mortgage down the road 6 to 12 months when interest rates have reduced or come down, and then we'll restructure it again. Now, you might say, hey, Ron, well, you just like doing loans. Well, of course, we're a lending team. I'm not going to insult your intelligence by saying no, but we only do it when it makes sense for you. See, we do a bunch of loans, and we don't do them when it just makes sense for us. We're looking at it to say, how much will it save you over what period of time, and does that make financial sense? If the answer to that question is yes, we do it. If the answer to that question is no, we recommend not doing it. Stay where you are. Find other alternatives. You're listening to Ron Siegel Radio, discussing your real estate, current events, and the financial markets. When we come back, the true value of home ownership and conquering the credit score summit, the quest to 850, all that and more. Reach me anytime. Off-air number 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, or RonSiegelRadio.com, Facebook.com/Ron Siegel Radio. And if you miss any part of our broadcast, Ron Siegel 1 on YouTube, Ron Siegel, the number 1 on YouTube. Stay tuned. We'll be back in just a few.
Ron Siegel Radio. Your home and mortgage connection.
79% of all credit reports have errors that should be corrected through factual disputing. You could be saving thousands every year if your report was accurate. CreditSanitizer.com provides a free credit report audit when you furnish a specific $1 credit report. You can use this information to request corrections to your report and potentially save thousands of dollars. Get your free credit audit at CreditSanitizer.com. That's CreditSanitizer.com for a free credit report audit. CreditSanitizer.com.
You're listening to Ron Siegel's Home and Finance Show with local and national expert Ron Siegel. Now, here's Ron.
Welcome back to Ron Siegel Radio. Within every market, there are solutions as well as tremendous opportunities. You just need some trusted guidance. That is my message, and I will be delivering it every day on Ron Siegel Radio or anytime at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. The Your Credit Matters segment today being brought to you by CreditSanitizer.com. You have a credit report and it is wrong. What are you doing about it? Conquering the Credit Score Summit, the quest for 850. Credit Warriors. Hey, it's Ron Siegel here, your financial navigator, coming to you from Ron Siegel Radio and RSRmoney.com. Ever wonder about the highest peak of the credit score mountain? What is the absolute best score you can get? Is it possible to achieve? Well, folks, because today we're cracking the enigma of the perfect credit score. So what's the Everest of credit scores? According to most models, it's a whopping 850. Imagine seeing that on your report. But hey, does this mean you aren't sitting at 850? You're somehow less than perfect? Well, not exactly. Let's dive deeper. Let's start with the basics. The most widely used credit scoring models, FICO and Vantage, both use a range of 300 to 850. But here's the twist. Credit score perfection isn't about hitting the max. Nope. You heard it right. Anything above 800 in both models is considered exceptional. The lenders see you as a credit superstar, offering you the best rates and terms. Now, you might be wondering, hey, Ron, how many people actually achieve these outstanding scores? Great question. According to FICO, about 1.2% of the scoring population have achieved that magical 850. But remember, being above 800 is what counts, and 21% of people sit comfortably in that range. Not so rare, huh? So how can you climb towards this credit summit? Well, it's not as complex as it seems. Payment history and credit utilization ratios are your mountaineering tools. Always pay your bills on time and try to use only a small portion of your credit limit. Oh, don't forget, Diversification of credit is key. A mix of credit cards, retail accounts, installment loans, and mortgage loans can do wonders. Remember, it's a marathon, not a sprint. Rome wasn't built in a day, and neither will your perfect credit score be. Patience and consistency, that's the secret sauce. So there you have it, folks. The mystery of the perfect credit score unveiled. Remember, perfection isn't always about hitting the topmost number. It's about being exceptional, consistent, and patient. So keep climbing that credit mountain, and soon you'll be standing tall among the credit elite. Bottom line, if you want more tips and tricks to conquer your financial landscape, visit ronsiegelradio.com, ronsiegelradio.com. We've got a wealth of resources to guide you through your credit journey. Don't forget to like this video, share it with your buddies, and hit that subscribe button for more financial wisdom. Until next time, stay credit savvy, my friends. That is Your Credit Matters, brought to you by creditsanitizer.com. You have a credit report. It is wrong. What are you doing about it? I think we've got time. I'll ask Josh because he knows the answer to this. We can do another real-time real estate segment. Got enough time? Okay, good. Brought to you by, all right, real-time real estate, brought to you by rsrmoney.com, rsrmoney.com. Get my segments all messed up here. Real-time real estate brought to you by rsrmoney.com. The true value of home ownership. Buying and owning your home can make a big difference in your life by bringing you joy and a sense of belonging. And with June being National Home Ownership Month, it's the perfect time to think about all the benefits home ownership provides. Of course, there are financial reasons to buy a house, but it's important to consider the non-financial benefits that make a home more than just where you live. Here are 3 ways owning your home can give you a sense of accomplishment, happiness, and pride. You may feel happier and more fulfilled. Owning a home is associated with better mental health and well-being. Gary Acosta, CEO and co-founder at the National Association of Hispanic Real Estate Professionals, explains, quote, studies have shown the emotional and psychological benefits that homeownership has on a person's health and self-esteem, unquote. Similarly, Habitat for Humanity says, quote, residential stability among homeowners is related to improved life satisfaction, along with better physical and mental health, unquote. So according to the experts, owning a home can improve your psychological wellness by making you feel happier and more accomplished. You can engage in your neighborhood and grow your sense of community. Your home connects you to the community. Homeowners tend to stay in their homes longer than renters, and that can help you feel more connected to your community because you have more time to build meaningful relationships. And as Acosta says, when people stay in the same area for a longer period of time, it can lead to them being more involved. Quote, homeowners also tend to be more active in their local communities, unquote. After all, it makes sense that someone would want to help improve the area they're going to be living in for a while. You can customize and improve your living space. Your home is a place that's all yours. When you own it, unless there are specific homeownership association requirements, you're free to customize it however you see fit, whether that's small home improvements or full-on renovations. Your house can be exactly what you want and need it to be. As your tastes and lifestyle change, so can your home. As Investopedia tells us, I'll quote, one often cited benefit of home ownership is the knowledge that you own your little corner of the world. You can customize your house, remodel, paint, decorate without the need to get permission from your landlord, unquote. Renting can limit your ability to personalize your living space, and even if you do make changes, you may have to undo them before your lease ends. The ability home ownership gives you to customize and improve where you live creates a greater sense of ownership, pride, and connection with your home. Bottom line, owning your home can change your life in a way that gives you greater satisfaction and happiness. Give me a call at 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990, if you want to explore the ideas of how home ownership can be meaningful to you. And the first way, visit rsrmoney.com, because there you're going to be able to monitor your credit, monitor your bank account, monitor your budgets, monitor your assets. And oh yeah, 97% of the properties available for sale, They are right there on rsrmoney.com. That is the real-time real estate segment, again, brought to you by rsrmoney.com. Let's see if we've got some other stuff we can give away. We did the home buyers guides, which we're releasing the newest version today, rsrhbg.com, and the home sellers guides, which we're releasing that new version today, rsrhsg.com. We talked about the two-step, and if you go to rsr2step.com, you'll be able to see how to reduce your budget, get back on some control. rsr2step.com. We talked about that one. rsrcredittips.com. rsrcredittips.com. You want to increase your credit score? rsrcredittips.com. We've got that one there for you. And we haven't talked about this one in a while. rsrsalesmax.com. Want to maximize the sales price of your property? rsrsalesmax.com. We go through a few different ways of strategically increasing the sales price of a property you're looking to sell. It goes along with the home seller's guide, but rsrsalesmax.com. We're going to show you how we can take advantage of the sales, or how to motivate salespeople to show your house a little bit more effort than they might somebody else's. And if we have to do a shameless bribe, legal of course, we do it. So we'd show you that on rsrsalesmax.com. Also, maybe you want to just go to straight to auction off your property, non-distressed auctions, rsrsalesmax.com. And what about the payment assistance plan? Yeah, we talk about that under rsrsalesmax.com. You've got rsrsalesmax.com will help with that one as well. We have RSR Payment Assist. Kind of go through that if you're on the buyer's side. If you went and got your buyer's guide, rsrhbg.com. And again, all of these things are free to you. Free to you. So when people look and say, God, Ron, you're selling a lot on the radio today. No, I'm not selling anything. I'm giving it away. Because there's a lot of folks listening that don't use our team. I don't know why, but they don't. And that's their choice. Everyone's got freedom of choice. But we have all these things to give away for free. And some of our realtor friends, they even have the golden ticket. But you got to connect with one of our realtor partners to get that one. The golden ticket. You can ask them about that. Got a lot of great content for you. I hope you appreciate it. We've been doing this since 2010, looking to give you the best content we possibly can. And as always, we ask, set that first radio preset button to come back here and join Ron Siegel Radio, where we only speak about items affecting your house and your bank account. Thanks to all of our sponsors. A big thanks to Josh and Sean who are engineering us today. And, of course, a special thanks to you for spending a little bit of your day with us. That's all for Ron Siegel Radio. Again, if you have any questions or meet any of our guests, call me anytime. 800-306-1990. 800-306-1990 or ronsiegelradio.com. And remember, make a lot of money so you can help a lot of people and have a lot of fun. Have a great day. We'll talk to you next time on Ron Siegel Radio.